aren't any luckier than those who were. It's just that we didn't get caught doing things that we were doing. So it should give us a better appreciation of how to help those who've gotten out of jail get back into society.
You know, Pastor, when we talk about the criminal justice system in the state of Tennessee, I think we've talked about that on many occasions, but if you had to say one of the most important things that you would do if you had an opportunity to change the system, what would that be?
When you say you use the number one.
Well, and so the number of things that you would do. Very
absolutely.
Good.
And so many things that could be changed, you know. For one thing, the signal that's beamed from the prison system needs to be changed, you know. And what I mean by that is we follow the individual from the crime scene through the judicial system all the way to the walls or the gates of the prison system. And from there, we don't have any more knowledge or information concerning that individual. And at the same time, a lot of these guys are in prison. They're developing themselves while they're in prison, you know, and they deserve a chance to get out and to use some of the skills and things that they've developed and some of the knowledge that they've gained and the enhancements of their own personal lives, personally rehabilitating themselves, and then give them opportunity to come out and make a difference in society and be productive members of society, you know. So that's just, you know, one of the things, you know, that I would change. There's so many other things that needs to be changed concerning the criminal justice system that that list goes on and on and on. Okay,
and so what we'll do, we'll stop for our first commercial break here, and then we'll come back and we'll start with Representative Love, and we'll let him deal with it from his perspective, and then we'll have an opportunity to sort of move this on. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. And then push it over to him, and then he'll take up the rest of the time. But in a real sense, you know, take about 4 or 5 minutes to go on and talk about whatever you wish to talk about dealing with the criminal justice system, some of your activities or some of the things that you think are right or wrong or whatever, and et cetera, just from that perspective.
All right.
And I'll introduce the show, and we'll have 8 minutes, and then after that 8 minutes, we'll have 10 minutes. But I'll give you about 4 or 5 minutes of that, and then he'll take up he'll sort of feed off your information, and then he'll end that second segment for us, and then we'll come back and we'll sort of divide the 10 minutes between the two of you.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds great.
That was a terrible thing, but in Orlando.
It was really.
Yeah.
I tell you, just catching it. Then the little boy.
Ain't just something. Oh my!
Snatched by an
All these children. I mean, one get eaten up by a gorilla. And then one by an alligator. Oh man!
I'm so overprotective of my little grandkids, man.
I tell you,
wouldn't believe it, man.
You almost have to be.
Yeah, they can't even walk behind me in the store, man. You got to be in my side.
You can't let that happen.
Yeah,
because they get snatched up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I'm like, well, I gotta see them at all times.